What is poppin', fam? Spanik here, the coach of the New York Rangers, and this is Western Pokemon League, week number 5. We are taking on the man, the myth, the legend, and I'm a big fan of him, Pokemaster Mike, and the New York Mews. New York showdown here. Hopefully we could assert dominance as the superior New York team. And then again, Mike's team is based off the Mets. I'm based off the Rangers. They're two teams I root for, so... I mean, they're both superior New York teams, as you... And Mike's team is very, very, very scary. Snorlax is always a problem, because Curslax always seems to have my number in leagues. I always have problems with that thing. And see, he does have a Snorlax here. Scizor is a pain in the ass, because it stops my Terrakion from dead in its tracks. Barbaricle's annoying because of Shell Smash shenanigans with it, so I gotta be careful of that. Gliscor... It's a budget Lando. It does pretty much the same job Landorus does, except at a lower cost. So that thing's always a threat. Megazam is also very, very annoying. Mike's actually pretty good with Megazam. I've seen it used in a ton of leagues he's in. So, and Heatran is, well, it's a Heatran. Heatran's always a problem, especially since it's very good offensively. It's probably going to be his rocker. Actually, Gliscor might be his rocker. Gliscor might be his rocker, or even the Barbaricle. Maybe it's not a Shell Smash set, but we shall see. And the team I brought to combat this, I have Avius Cavalier. This is my dedicated Zam answer. We have Double Dance Tracheon, because it kind of just smacks him. Fistaff Jellicent, it's pretty much my, hopefully my way so I don't lose the Gliscor, or it's my Curslax response too. Pretty much this thing has a lot of defensive pressure on it. Typical Veil Ninetales, Dragonets, Megalotti, and Rocks 3 attacks Nidoqueen. So let's get right into this game. See how this battle for New York played out. So he leads with his Heatran, as I lead with my Nidoqueen right away. I see no reason to not just try to get my Rocks, as I do just that. So I make a hard read here going out into my Terrakion, because I thought he was going to just go right for a Curse there, because Nidoqueen couldn't really touch the Snorlax that much, so I figured he would just try to go for a Curse. Because I 100% was under the impression this was Curslax, but no, he does make a really good play here and go for the Earthquake. I didn't want to go Jellicent there because that was just Curse fodder. I would just lost right there if he had anything to hit my Jellicent. So I decided to make a little bit of a kind of aggressive play, go right into my track, and I did pay the price for it. He did make the Earthquake play. He goes out into his Gliscor right here as I just go for the close combat. I wasn't playing any games with that Snorlax. But now right here, I have no reason to not just pop my Z move, go right for the Continental Crush. Figure I just drop a nuke on something, and yep, the Gliscor goes down. So that's a threat eliminated. He goes back out into the Heatran as I go right out into my Jellicent. Don't really see any reason to don't want to play around with that thing. He goes back out into the Snorlax here as I fire off a Hydro Pump. Does a decent amount. As I decide just to burn this thing, because if he is Curslax, then that could be a problem. Goes to the Pursuit, pops my Colbur. That's fine, but now this turn right here, I figure I could maybe try to go for game right here with my Megalotti. But to do that, I figure I need to get my my Veil up, because if he's banded Scizor or Bullet Punch, that could be a nuisance, especially if he gets the right chip on the Lottie. So I decided to make the aggressive play here, go out into my Ninetales, but this God makes that read perfectly and heavy slams, killing it, and that really set me back. That means hit back because that pretty much eliminated the fact that he could have been Curslax. He's probably like a bulkier set. He didn't reveal an item, so he could have. I didn't really get enough information on the Snorlax, but I did pay the price for it. I should have realized he wasn't Curslax when he Earthquaked on my Terrakion, because that was the freest Curse right there on my Nidoqueen. I was just really, really afraid of Curslax, and it really bit me right there because he made an aggressive play. So that was just a really good play on his end. I can't really fault that. So I just go to my Terrakion close combat and I pick up the kill on the Snorlax, which is fine. Now he opts here now to go into his Scizor. I really see no reason to keep my Terrakion around, as it can't win this game. I can easily win this game with Lottie should I be able to get it in for free. So I go for the close combat here, and it doesn't kill, but that's fine. He's in range of rocks and doesn't have removal. So he goes for U-turn here, and he goes out into the Heatran. And this is where I lose. This is where I fuck up big time. You see, this was my opportunity. This is the opportunity I needed to just set up with Lottie and clean up the game. But I misplay here and go into my Nidoqueen. Why I did this? I thought he was. When I did this, I thought he was Sugarberry, and I thought Nidoqueen. I thought he was Sugarberry, and I wanted Nidoqueen to pop the Shuka, and then I was going to go hard into my Lottie. And I should have been able to just set up right there and win. Because at +1, I kill everything with Dragon Claw plus Earthquake. But unfortunately, as you can see here, he does reveal to be Scarfed, which is a problem. Because now, this was my Lottie fodder, and I just killed it. And now he basically has free reign to go into his Zam here and claim one. So he goes out into the Zam. He traces my Sheer Force. He's going to be able to set up a sub here. I read that and go for Sludge Wave. I really have no reason to keep Nidoqueen around. So he's going to Psychic Up, kill me. So now I go out into my Escavalier here, which is the obvious answer. He Shadow Balls and does about 30%. That is Sheer Force boosted. My god, Escavalier hits like a truck. This was a 2-0. I gotta fix that in my stats. Ooh, I thought it was I preferred it as a 3-0. So now he goes out of this. He's just gonna be able to Shell Smash and sweep me. Because I am a stupid idiot, and I decided I didn't have Iron Hand in this. I wouldn't have killed him anyway at -1. But it didn't matter. So now I just see a desperation attempt here to try to go for game at Lottie, but unfortunately he does get the crit. It didn't matter. I counted after the game, and my spread it didn't actually matter. The crit didn't matter at all. So this was disappointing. I had the win right there with my Latios and just threw it away. GG to Mike. We take an L on this one because I'm an idiot. I should have won this game easily. He told me after the game he had Dragon Pulse on the Heatran, but it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have killed me. And at +1, my Lottie outsped everything and killed it with Dragon Claw plus Earthquake. So I fucked up here. This was an easy win. I could have just set up on the Heatran, and I would have flat out won the game. But unfortunately, I'm an idiot, and I go Nidoqueen because I thought he was Sugarberry. Sad part is, I actually counted after the game, and unless he was like a weird Max Biz Def Heatran, +1 Lottie Earthquake would have killed him through the Shuka. So that was just really bad. That was just bad playing on my end. I played bad this week. And it cost me. Yeah, it was only a 2. It was only a 2-0 though, so it's really no big deal. I could bounce back. And next week we take on Joseph Games or Lantern Joe. I forget what he goes by now. I think it's Lantern Joe, and the Everton Empoleons. This is a very interesting game for me because as some of you may know, I did recaps for a league. I did weekly recaps for a league called the IBL, and my recaps partner was actually Lantern Joe. So this is a kind of an IBL recap civil war here. Should be a very, very, very interesting game. He's been having a very, very, very slow start to his season. I believe he's now like he still doesn't have a win, so he's gonna be hungry for his first win, and we'll see how that game plays out. So Spanic out. See you guys next week against Joe and the Empoleons. Should be a very interesting game. Peace!